every journey begins with a story, and our begins with a spark.
Spark of curiosity, imagination, and the timeless human desire to go beyond.
But what happens when emotion meets innovation?
When human dreams shape silicon realities.
Before we dive into discussions and discoveries, let's begin with something that speaks to both the heart and the mind.
A poem that captures the essence of our theme, technology and the human experience. From the limited talk time through those landline phones, we have now reached the endless one. Nostalgia hits me when I see telephone cords hanging like the words we never said to our loved ones. Shattered promises and fading trends, now that we have called ChatGPT our best friend.
From the days we would come running with joy so cunning as the aroma of chutney teased our nose. Cheers to the mixers we now keep humming, but all that remains are the distant echoes. We build dreams of millions reaching the moon, yet the coffins line up to be called martyrs soon.
And just like that, in a few verses, we have traveled from spark to satellites and from emotion to evolution.
With that beautiful beginning, let's now move forward and unravel how deeply technology and human experience are woven together.
Now, let me ask you a question. What is the first thing you touch in the morning? If your answer is your phone, then congratulations, you are officially a human in the 21st century.
Now, imagine that explaining to a caveman. You see, I wake up and touch a glowing rectangle. It tells me how bad my sleep was, how many steps I haven't taken yet, and then I scroll 10 minutes going through those dancing dogs.
But let's rewind. Let's think about where it all began.
The Stone Age tech boom, the first technology wasn't a phone or a drone. It was a rock. Someone, somewhere figured out that they could smash the rock one against each other and voila, a sharp tool. Soon came the fire, not from the microwave, but by rubbing sticks together until something magically ignited. Soon after we got wheels, the lever, the indoor plumbing, and yes, the real revolution.
The ancient civilization. Fast forward to ancient innovation where Egyptians built pyramid, the Greek had philosophers and alarm clocks, and the Chinese invented paper, printers, and gunpowder. Technology was now tied up with culture, communication, warfare, and of course comfort. Cities were growing, humans were evolving, and somewhere along the way, somebody invented a fork because apparently eating with hands wasn't everyone's thing.
The industrial wake-up call. Then came the Industrial Revolution, the fancy name for when the people got tired doing things by hand and started building machines, steam engines, textile mills, and electric light bulbs. Suddenly, things which used to take weeks could be done in hours. Yes, of course, it meant longer working hours, louder cities, and probably something which we still fear today, Monday mornings. Humans weren't just surviving anymore. We were building, inventing, and dreaming big.
The 20th century, human takeoff, literally. With electricity came communication, with communication came telephone, radio, cables, and later on televisions. Families gathered around those glowing boxes that showed them world wars, landing of the moon, and of course their favorite soap operas. Talking about landing of the moon, yes, in 1969, humans landed there. Now, think about that. A species which once hid under thunder, now is dancing on the lunar dust.
Welcome to the digital jungle. Today, we live in hyper-connected world. If you Google, why is my cat afraid of cucumbers? You'll get pages of answers, theories, and probably memes. If you are thinking about buying shoes, and suddenly every app you open be like, hey, need shoes, here's 37 of them.
But wait, are we still human? As amazing as all it is, we need to ask ourselves, in the evolution of technology, what is the experience of human? Yes, we have become fast, efficient, definitely, but what we lack is concentration. Remember, our ancestors used to stare at stars for hours, but we cannot stare at one video without checking how long it is. We connect through people across the globe, but often forget to connect to people across the table. And let's be honest, half of the time we talk to our devices is more than the time we talk to our family members. Alexa, play the music. Siri, where's the nearest coffee shop?
So, what's now? Technology isn't a villain, it's a tool, just like the first rock was. It's all about how we all use it. If we use tech to educate, to heal, to explore, then we aren't just evolving technologically, we are evolving humanely. Let's not outsource everything to machines. Let's keep wonder, curiosity, and real conversations alive. Let's use AI, but do not lose our individuality. Let's scroll a little less and scroll a little more.
Yet, amid the dazzling purpose of this progress, a quiet question lingers. Are we truly coming together or are we slowly drifting apart? Each of us, confined to a limited space, existing in virtual reality we so proudly call life.
A rendition by the students of the Faculty of Science, an art installation. Well, it says that there's an art in every science and there's a science in every art. So we took up this challenge from the Department of Faculty of Science to have this art installation in the college for the very first time, and the students depicted upon the vivid theme that is technology and human experience. What we mean by technology actually is whatever changes that happens which makes our lives better, that is technology. Technology is not only about rockets, it's not only about the humanoids, the robots, the artificial intelligence, etc. But what technology means is, along with the things which makes lives easy for us, the other point which becomes important here is the issue of sustainable development goals, which for some of us is only those 17 SDGs specified by the United Nations. But I'm afraid that is not the truth. Whenever we come up with the SDG and we mix it with the technological advancement, something you may call it civilization, I may call it ecological succession, being a student of biological sciences. But along with it comes great responsibility, because one of the aspects of technology is also the numerous warheads and missiles that we create, and our fields are no longer filled with children. Rather, you see the fields, they have the carcasses, the blood-stained footballs where children no longer play, but it's only a collateral damage of war. So what we tried to show by this rendition is that whatever technology we are using, we should be responsible towards it. And indeed, as the globe shows, it has truly become smaller. We have captivated it with wires, cables and towers, but actually we are moving very far from each other, and it's high time that we retrospect on what we are leading to. Is it not that artificial intelligence is creating natural stupidity and we are being less creative? Thank you so much.